Today, I want to talk about a certain type of person that we all need to be aware of. I refer to these people simply as the ESPs. And no, I'm not talking about extrasensory perception. The ESPs I am referring to, and this is a term that I just made up, but I felt it was suitable to describe them. These are the ones, they are the emotional salvage people. The emotional salvage people. These are the people who purposefully search for things that people that have been discarded, who are damaged, who are scarred, who are supposedly unwanted. These are the only type of people they want to have in their lives. So that way they can take advantage of their situation. Yep. They're out there. Let me explain. Let's say that you're involved in a relationship, male or female, and for some reason you feel like you're being ignored or you're emotionally abused or verbally abused. You're broken. You're broken because of a situation that occurred in the relationship by your significant other. You're feeling vulnerable. Now, of course, we want to reach out to someone because we still have those feelings of companionship. We still want to be needed. We still want to be wanted. And since we're not getting that from the person that we're living with or involved with, we find ourselves crying on the shoulder of that person who is available. That person whose shoulder that you're crying on is smarter than you think. In a lot of cases, they already knew what your situation was before you came over there because they wanted you in the first place. They wanted you when things were good, but they were just waiting for their time where things fell apart. Or they probably knew what the other person was doing that was going to lead to the disaster, and they were just sitting up there watching the clock, waiting for it to happen. So they make themselves emotionally available to you. They're available every time you call. They're picking up the phone. They're just listening to your problems. They're on board with all of your decisions. They wipe your tears. You know, it comes to the point where sometimes you might get intimate with this person because they're available all of the time. And then later on, you misconstrue that as love. And as time goes on, you notice that this person is starting to back off a little bit once you do free yourself from that situation. Mind you, now this is once you free yourself from that situation, you become more available to that person. All of a sudden, they're not as available as much as they used to be when you were involved in that situation. So now you're feeling a certain type of way. Then later on, you find out that this person has a pattern of picking up broken people, picking up emotionally broken people because they don't have to make that much effort to get the attention of someone they want. They don't have to jump through any hoops. They don't have to sell themselves because that person is already vulnerable and they're looking for that attention anywhere that they can. And all they have to do is sit there and listen. Minimal investment, maximum return. Little effort, big reward. That's what they're thinking in their mind. Now, I don't know if there's a psychological term for that type of behavior, but I just created one. You need to watch out for those ESPs. And everybody knows that particular guy or girl. That's the go-to person for every single person that has a problem. Now, there are some people that are in this world that are the go-to person emotionally, but they don't take advantage of those people. I'm talking about folks that take advantage of people who are broken for their own selfish reason. And 9 times out of 10, once they get your full attention and you are free from it, they're bored then. The hunt is over. You're no longer interesting. Or else they're upset because they don't want to be involved with you anymore, that you're not interesting. You're not new. So they go find somebody else and make themselves available to someone else. It's the easiest way for them to keep someone in their life without having to go through the whole dating and the traditional courtship. All they have to do is just sit and listen. I have heard guys talk like this. Man, if you want a woman to give herself to you, all you got to do is just sit there and listen and act like you care about what she has to say. And the majority of them, that's all they do to get a woman. They don't make any effort whatsoever. Now, if you genuinely care about people and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you're doing it for the sole purpose of just getting women, it's going to backfire on you one day. Because what's going to happen with these people is that one day they're going to come across the one. They're going to come across the person that they're absolutely head over heels crazy about. And all those little tactics and schemes that they used before to get other people, they've gone out the window because Cupid has shot them hard. And what happens is karma steps in. Come to find out, they found themselves in ESP. And that's the only way that situation is going to change. So just be aware of them. Try to handle that situation on your own. Don't be so quick to run out and cry on somebody's shoulder just because they say they care. See what you can handle on your own first, especially if you don't know that person that well. Especially if it's a member of the opposite sex or same sex. I don't know what your sexual preference is, but if it's somebody that has a potential romantic interest, your best bet is to try to work on that situation on your own or seek professional services before you get involved with someone else. Because 9 times out of 10, once you're free from that situation, you're no longer interested in them. And they're going to go find somebody else. Because their intent wasn't to keep you. Their intent was just to get you. Some people are hunters and some people are not keepers. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just saying.